few weeks ago, I was in a church service when all of this became more clear to me than it ever had before. I have a really close friend who's pastor and a worship leader. He had been in ministry for 41 years, had some health issues come up over the last couple years and realized he just didn't have the strength to keep pastoring, and so he was retiring to pursue some other things from God. And he invited us to come up. We went up to celebrate with the church their years of ministry. He's a world-class musician, incredible guitarist and worship leader for many years. And for about the last 15 years, he's pastored a church. We've been there many times. And so it was just so delightful for us to go back and celebrate this couple as they stepped into a new season in their life. And his kids, who are all worshipers and worship leaders and songwriters, they all came. And in fact, all his spiritual children in worship came. He had 12 worship leaders from the 14 years of his pastoring who all got on the stage together and led worship, and they led us through the 14 years of worship history in that church. It was incredible. At the keyboards that morning service was his son, McKendry. Now, you need to understand a little bit about him. He is a name in Nashville. He's Grammy nominated. He's played for people like Carrie Job, and he's a phenomenal musician, writer, producer. It's important you know that as this story goes on. So he's leading worship, and Mac, who can play anything, is overplaying the bass that day. And I noticed something as we kind of got to a moment that was just kind of quiet, contemplating the presence of the Lord. Mac took the bass off and he sat it down and he walked over to the piano and he leaned in and he whispered something in McKendry's ear. And I saw him nod, and I knew he had told him something because he kind of changed keys and started singing a song. Mac came down off the stage, and I just had this unique perspective because I was standing like this, and I could see Mac here, and I could see McKendry on the stage behind him, so I could see them both very clearly at the angle I was. And I could see that this phenomenal musician and songwriter was struggling a little bit with this song. And I noticed as Mac stood like this, and he stood looking, I was seeing his profile, McKendry was here. He had one of these little microphones on, and I saw him whispering. And I realized what he was doing. He was whispering the words of the song to his son. He was guiding him through the song that he wanted him to sing. McKendry told me later, he said, we were singing. I was thinking, is there a bridge to that song? And he said, about the time I thought that, my dad started singing it. And after a while, the song got solidified in McKendry's mind. He started playing and singing it with freedom, and Mac went back to the bass and sat down and started playing. It was later that I learned that the song McKendry was struggling with was a song that he wrote when he was 15 years old. He forgot his own song. And his father did not. So the father was reminding the son of his song. And as I thought about becoming a little child, that's what it's like. Sometimes in life, you forget your own song. And you need the Father to remind you of why you draw breath in this earth. And He will sing your song because your Father never forgets one of His kids' songs. So He'll sing it to you until you remember your song. And then, you know what He does? He plays along because He gets so happy that you're singing the song He made you to sing.